Like, it's just the same idea of a kid, who has a dragon as a friend. But this time it got kind of dark. Like, the parents die right away. I don't know if that happened in the last one that they had, like, his parents, like, get murdered in front of him, like, in a car accident. Probably not.
No, I think how they kicked off was that he was, like, sold, like, child labor to, like, these, the family, the Gogans. And so they're kind of not exactly the most friendly people. They're more abusive than anything. So he kind of ran away from them. That's kind of where it went. I'm honestly hoping, and you could spoil this for me, I'm hoping that the song they had from the original movie, Every Little Piece, is in there, because that is a classic song that I just love listening to. I mentioned it is not.
No,
okay, it might have lost my interest though. I'm sorry, but there's so many songs that are in those movies where it's just like you need to have that song in there. Like, it wouldn't be The Jungle Book unless you had either Bare Necessities or Want to Be Like You, those classic movies like that. And again, I'm still blown out of the water that Christopher Walken sang that so well. I mean, some people might say, oh, he probably had it like auto-tuned or something like that. I don't care. It sounded awesome, and Christopher Walken actually did a pretty damn good job. So,
yeah, he actually wasn't auto-tuned, from what I heard.
Yay! Another reason to love that movie.
But yeah, no, I totally agree, and I think what you're preaching right now is what I've been preaching about stuff all the time, but for some reason, Pete's Dragon to me is, it was made, in the 50s or 40s, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, it's super, super old, to the point where, like the Jungle Book, I think, was in 70s, maybe 70s. 70s might be too.
I think Jungle Book's older than that. I think, in all honesty, Jungle Book is older than that, if I remember correctly. But
but yeah, I think with me, I'm so glad that Jungle Book had the music. But for some reason, maybe because I'm not that huge of a fan of Pete's Dragon, the original, I'm not. So for me, the new one was just kind of like, bringing it into our century, bringing it into how would this happen now? And it was really basically about a town. Who knows where the town is? I don't know where the town was, because it apparently has a forest and a legend of dragons. So I'm like, it sounds like it's maybe in Canada. I'm not for sure. But it was just a cool different take.
Passamaquoddy, Ontario, Canada. That would be amazing.
I have no idea where the town could be. They didn't say. They just put like a little sign of the name of the town and then sung like a little song about dragons. And then it was like, okay, I guess. I mean, I would think it would be in Ireland or something, but they all were Americans. So, all right, I don't know. But no, I mean, on to other things. I agree with you for the most part that Disney original movies that had songs are usually better remade with the songs. And I do think that Pete's Dragon didn't get that much fandom. I'm pretty sure it wasn't that big of a hit for Disney, the remake. Mm-hmm. So it could have been that reason. And I know Cinderella was the same way. We didn't do the music. People didn't like it as much as they liked other things. So I think that's why Beauty and the Beast has the music. Jungle Book had the music. So for the most part, they're better with the music.
Yeah. Well, I think side note for Cinderella, I think the other reason was also not only the music, but the mice didn't really even do anything. They didn't even talk. They didn't dance. They didn't do nothing. So I think that's kind of things was like, oh, so they're just like regular mice. Okay, that kind of just steals everything. And actually, interesting side note on Pete's Dragon. I actually did not even know this. The main female actor, she was actually in Jurassic World, and she actually also was in the, I think it was the third Spider-Man movie as Gwen Stacy. I actually did not even know that until I looked it up, and I looked at her filmography, where seeing what kind of movies that she was in, and I'm thinking, okay, it's Jurassic World. Wait, she was Gwen Stacy? What? Oh, okay. Yeah. And I had to look back. It's like, son of a gun. She really did look like that. Holy cow.
Yeah. She did pretty good in this movie. I'm not going to say it was amazing, but I hated her in Jurassic World, so She almost won me back. We can talk crap about Jurassic World for the rest of this podcast, but we're not going to.
Oh, man. Well, we'll talk a little more about that when the release of Jurassic World 2 comes out, because I know apparently
they're not making a 2, are they?
They're going back to like what it originally was, like with the Jurassic Park deals. So it's going to be a lot more darker than what the original Jurassic World was. So it'll be very interesting to see how well they do that. But anyway, another movie that they are planning. I think they set this for December 2nd of next year, 2018. They are doing Mulan, which I thought, you know what? I'm okay with that. I think that would be a great reboot. One thing, no American cast members have to be on here. They have to be all Chinese. Unfortunately, it's just the way it works. It needs to be that way. You can only go so far with, continuing with the American-made characters, but when you go into something like Mulan, it has to be the same ethnicity. You can't just throw in like Chris Pratt as Chang or Emma Robertson as Mulan. You can't just do that. You have to keep it within the same ethnic. I can't even say the word. Same origins. Yes, thank you. Same ethnic group. There we go. But yeah, I'm totally for the idea. As far as who would play Mushu, oh gosh, that would be very interesting because Eddie Murphy did a pretty damn good job. And honestly, whoever was Mushu in the second one, because it was not Eddie Murphy, it was somebody else. Dude, you kind of set the bar pretty low. Eddie Murphy really just went out there and he did just an amazing job. But very interested to see who they have picked out for Mushu. I mean, honestly, I would love to see... what's his name? He was in the... Gary Anthony Williams. There we go. He was in the Ninja Turtles movies 2. He was... I think he was either Bebop or Rocksteady. I can't remember.
Yeah, okay. I know him.
I think he'd make an interesting choice for Mushu. What's that?
I think he was the pig one.
Yeah. I think that's Rock. No, I think that's Bebop. Okay.
I don't know what they're called. I just know one's a pig and one's a rhino.
Yeah. But I think that Mulan remake I would give it a thumbs up. I'm hoping again that they keep just at least a couple of songs. I mean, I would love to see make a man out of you in live action form. That'd be amazing.
But no, I totally agree, and I 100% back the fact that if they're not all, of Asian descent, I don't care if they're all Chinese or not. If they're Japanese, Chinese, Korean, I just want it to be of Asian descent at least to kind of hold that authenticity. Like, I hate that. I hate when they cast, like, one huge example, huge failure of a movie is Avatar, The Last Airbender. Have you seen the live-action version of that?
I have not, and I've heard a lot of horrible reviews about it, so it's probably not high on my list.
You don't have to watch it, but, I mean, Avatar is about, it's a fake world, but it's about, like, based in China, and literally, like, all the actors and actresses are like, Caucasian or white of some sort. And I was like, what the heck? You cannot do that. And I believe there was one Indian descent, like from India, and I was okay with that because it's still like, in the Asian realm, like India is very close to China, so sure one of the, regions could have had that, but it was just, people complained and a lot of people didn't like it, and I don't know if it was just for that. Like, that probably wasn't their only fault, because it wasn't very good in general, but it starts with, if you don't know how to cast, I'm not going to want to go see the movie. Like, the basic thing is you can cast somebody who can play that character and who looks like the character, and if you cast a bunch of white people who are supposed to be these crazy samurai Asian warriors, like, all right, screw you, I'm done. I'm not doing it. Not going. I did go, but it was awful. Not good. But no, I would totally back that as long as like you were saying, as long as they do Asian descent actors.
Yeah, definitely. Now, this one is one of the ones I think I'm actually going to give a thumbs down on, just because there's no way that you could top this, and that being that they are planning a live-action Lion King. Now, hear me out just for a minute. The thing is that with the live-action Lion King, it could definitely happen, but here's the thing. It would be very hard to do, because the original Lion King already had the bar set to a high level. It's fun, it's entertaining, and of course, you know, people are waiting to see, I think mainly, if the success of Beauty and the Beast is, you know, I think that's what they're kind of going right now. They're seeing how well Jungle Book did, and I think they're seeing how well Beauty and the Beast does, and then they might actually further continue going into a Lion King live action remake. But I think it's just one of those things where it's like, it's one of those movies, it doesn't need it. I really don't feel like Lion King needs a remake. And besides that, it's going to be hard to really cast, you know, characters that are just like, you know, those characters. Because James Earl Jones as Mufasa, hard to really go off that. I mean, I guess you could bring back, you know, Cheech Marine to play one of the hyenas, and I'm sure Whoopi Goldberg would be more than willing to do that. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, I think it's just past its time. I'm not saying that's one of those movies that's lost its touch. No. I'm just saying it's still so good that it's past the point of even thinking about doing a live action remake. And plus, they've already done so many different like sequels or trilogies with Lion King. They did, you know, Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, Lion King 1.5. They've done, what was it? Lion King Return of Roar or something like that. Some other random movie that I could not be bothered to even care about the name. I just don't feel like they need to remake everything as a live action movie. This is one of those movies where it is kind of, it's just not the best decision. I mean, it definitely goes in the same realm of Alice in Wonderland. I don't think it needed a remake, but they did it, and look what happened. So that's kind of my main worry, is that it's going to be a remake, and it's going to crash and burn. That's my only concern about doing a live action Lion King.
Why? It doesn't make any sense. Lion King doesn't have any humans. What's the point of doing a live action? You're just going to CGI, so it's just a better cartoon version of the Lion King. That's what it would be called. Like, come see the better cartoon version of the Lion King. Like, no, I agree. I think it's kind of dumb because, like you said, it was made in, I believe, it was made maybe 20 years ago. That's not a long time. And I don't see them being able to change the story either. I bet the Lion King has a book. I bet they were based it because that's what Disney does. You know, they go off of a good, like, fairy tale type of thing. Beauty and the Beast actually has a different story. They have a whole different story. Yeah. A dark story that they can tell. And I think they're going to do that. Cinderella too, they kind of did a different kind of take because you can, and Alice in Wonderland, that was totally different. You know, it was Tim Burton, so that explains that. But I don't know what you could do with Lion King. I haven't seen much about it. I've seen a fake trailer that people like used all these different animated lions to like pretend that there's a Lion King coming out, which I think is hilarious. I'm like, hey, there's the Narnia lion.
Aslan, yeah.
Hey, Aslan, there you are. Oh, you're going to starring Aslan from Narnia. But I love the CGI, the new graphic look that they can do, and I mean, like as we saw, the Jungle Book had amazing animation, but I don't get it. So I hope they don't. I don't know what they can do. I hope they don't do it.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to wait and see how well that goes. Well, since you already brought him up, I think we might as well get all the ammunition out on the table and get it ready to just fire away. They are considering doing a live-action Dumbo with Tim Burton directing. And the thing about this is that they want to take it into a much more darker approach, which I look at that and I think